Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another comic book review. Now, when we left off with issue number 2 of Garbage Pail Kids Origins, Colonel Samuel's team definitely had their backs against the wall as they were trying to fend off Nasty Nick and his entourage, which included Atom Bomb's brother, Billy. Now, as we jump into issue number 3, the last and final issue of this mini-series, can Colonel Samuel's team turn the tide? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to get on with my comic book review of Garbage Pail Kids Origins, issue number 3. As issue 3 opens, we see just how bad of a butt-kicking Colonel Samuels and his squad received at the hands of Team Nasty Nick. And while things do look bad, Atom Bomb tries to see the positive in the situation, that at least he knows his brother Billy is still alive. But Colonel Samuels is going to give him a strong dose of reality that his brother, even though he's under mind control, he is in cahoots with Nasty Nick, which means he is now the enemy. Now, going into a battle against Nasty Nick and his goons, they're going to need a really solid game plan. Thankfully, they have 2 plans, with number 1 being disrupting TV Stevie's mind control, and number 2, and my favorite plan of attack, is unleashing the newly created Garbage Pail Kid Kommandos that include Slasher Asher, Nat Nerd, and Bad Pitch Mitch. Now, surely with this superior trio, the tide is sure to change, right? Well, before Mitch has a chance to throw out his first pitch, he looks less like a baseball player and more like a football player as he fumbles his baseball grenade. And just like that, this trio, well, they're only going to show up in somebody's dreams. With time of the essence, Colonel Samuels has no other choice than to rally up the rest of his crew, whom didn't get blown back to the Stone Ages, and call up an old friend by the name of Led Zed and use his totally undetectable blimp to bring pain to Nasty Nick. Now, Nasty Nick, he knows that Colonel Samuels is sure to strike, and he hasn't been complacent and has a new weapon at his disposal that was made out of Spacey Stacy's DNA. And just like Colonel Samuels, Nasty Nick also has one more trick up his sleeve, and that being a stick of that delicious rock hard bubblegum that us growing up back in the days will all remember, and was probably more suitable to be used as a weapon than consumption anyways. Now, Colonel Samuels and his team, when they arrive, they come in with guns a-blazing, definitely catching Nasty Nick off guard because, as you can see right here, they haven't even finished loading up their weapon of mass destruction, Little Billy. Now, back in issue number 2, Colonel Samuels hadn't discovered what his superpowers were, but with adrenaline taking over, he's able to finally help Roybot transform into something very useful. Now, here an all-out battle breaks out, and even Buggy Betty believes what is going down might just be way too graphic for a comic book. Now, thankfully, Brainy Janie is able to interfere with the technical difficulties that TV Stevie and Billy were facing, and with no other option here, Nasty Nick will have to use the power of the bubblegum, which is going to transport him to a different time period. But Nick wasn't the only one with a top-rated trick up his sleeve, because Billy also had one piece which him and the Kommandos will use. But even though it's only been moments here in between the two sides consuming the bubblegum, Nasty Nick, well, he's already been a very busy boy, and it appears he already has one leg up on his competition. Now, if you guys were here for my issue number 1 and issue number 2 review of Garbage Pail Kids Origins, I'm thinking you guys already know my score, because I'm going to give it the same score that I gave issue number 1 and issue 2. So my final score for issue number 3 and the entire series of Garbage Pail Kids Origins, yes, it's going to be a 10 out of 10. There's so many laughs, definitely a ton of funny puns, and just great moment after great moment that I really just found myself this entire issue and the entire series with a smile on my face. Now, just because this 3-plan series has come to its conclusion, it doesn't mean that it's the end, because there's still plenty of chaos that Nasty Nick can cause in whatever time period the Garbage Pail Kids now find themselves in. Alright guys, well, that's going to wrap up my comic book review for Garbage Pail Kids Origins issue number 3 and this mini series. Now, if they do come out with more issues, I will definitely be covering it here on Toned In Entertainment. So guys, if you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button so you can stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.